Danger. She has no colour, form or texture, yet she's everywhere, and she's after your life. So what do you do when the inevitable happens and danger comes knocking on your door? Well, you come looking for me. That's what. Think of me as your captain of calamity. I'm Nick Frost, and this is Danger 50,000 Volts. Coming up on tonight's show, we'll show you how to survive a wild bear encounter, how to deal with frostbite,
Does this hurt? Yeah.
and how to avoid getting a really good kicking. Come on! But first... Water. Sorry, water. So what do you do when your Bedouin mother gets sick of your whining and dumps you in the desert? How are you going to find water, eh? Eh? I don't know, but this dusty hunk does. How important is water?
If you don't get water, you're going to die.
Yeah.
That's the simple fact.
There's the bottom line.
Absolutely, yeah. In this sort of temperature, in this sort of environment, with the water you've got in you, even if you conserve all of your losses, you're never going to get beyond 2 or 3 days at the most.
It's that serious?
Oh, probably less.
Right.
And if you do any sort of exertion or anything like that, you really, you know, you're gonna go down really quickly. There's lots of different places you can actually find water.
Right.
Now, obviously,
Go on.
I mean, obviously, if there's humans around, then they will have their own water supply.
Right.
So you look for tracks and stuff to see if there's anywhere that, you know, maybe nomads have got water holes or something like that, or camel tracks or whatever. So that sort of thing. Also, if there's like birds around, you know, if there's especially grain-eating birds like pigeons and stuff,
They need to drink.
They're never too far from
Right.
water. Bees always have to be very close to water.
Could you kind of hijack, maybe kidnap a bee
You could
and
do it,
follow him
yeah,
on a
piece
bit of string?
Yeah,
Would that
what a
work?
good idea. What a good question. I've never tried it, but I probably wouldn't waste my time on that one.
I just eat the bee for its life-giving moisture within.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'd heard of the birds and the bees before, though obviously in a different context. But when Bruce started talking about a thing called a solar still, he really began to freak me out.
Yeah. Right. Bruce, what in the name of John Craven is a solar still?
It's a technique we can use to try and gain some moisture that's already around in the atmosphere and also in the ground.
Right.
And by evaporation and using the sun, we're going to try and...
This thing?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try and gain some of that moisture, condense it, and collect it.
Nah, still no idea what he's talking about. So I thought it best to just let him get on with it, in case he turned nasty.
If you find any leafy vegetation like this,
Yeah.
anything at all that looks green and moist, throw that in here as well.
It's all going to add to the moisture, isn't it?
That's what we want, mate. We just want to make this area as wet as possible.
I mean, is there anything else I can do to...
Well, the old classic. If you want to need to evacuate,
What?
if you need to urinate, then yeah, go for it. Because it will all be clear, you know, once because it's evaporating, all the toxins that would be in your urine, they don't matter because you actually, it's the evaporation which will be pure H2O
Right.
that actually hits the plastic, and that's what we drink. So the fact that you urinate in there is no problem at all.
All right. I'm a bit shy.
Oh, I see your point. Oh, right, mate, yeah, fair
Turn
one.
you back a while and I'll see what I've got.
Let me know when you're done.
Yeah, I will. Don't look, though. Ooh. Oh, it's coming. Oh, that's better.
So let's start. Which way's the wind going?
Ah, now I get it. The greenhouse effect of the sun's rays passing through the clear plastic causes the water inside the hole to evaporate, then condense on the cooler plastic and drip down into the cup below, Simplicity itself.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Yeah, I reckon too, mate. If we come back at the end of tomorrow,
Yeah.
we'll have something in here,
So we should
guaranteed.
go and conserve a bit of energy in the hotel bar.
I think what a very good idea.
Bruce,
Nice one, mate.
let's go have a beer.
Yeah, good one.
Cheers, buddy.
In order to simulate the kind of dehydration and nausea I would feel if I'd been wandering the desert for days, I forced myself to stay up half the night drinking strong continental lagers. And sure enough, the following morning, I was feeling weak, shaky, and very, very thirsty.
Let's take a look.
Get him out of there. Voila! It's quite a lot.
Yeah. Get your chops around there, mate.
My wee water.
Absolutely. Try not to think of it like that.
I've drunk my own wee before and it's certainly never tasted this good. Have a taste of the frost.
Bit of Nick Frost, yeah.
Have a go.
I'll smell it first.
While Bruce sups from my life-giving elixir, why don't we have a quick recap? Number 1, follow tracks. They generally lead to water. Number 2, if you see grain-eating birds or bees, then water is nearby. Number 3, collect water by condensation. Try building a solar still. There you have it. You've got nothing to fear. Thanks to me, you now know how to find water in the desert. And if you're not in the desert, how to turn urine into a delicious drink. Cheers.
Lifts. Usually they're our friends, right? But what happens when lifts go bad? Lifts are held up by very strong strings, called cables. In the extremely unlikely event of the cable breaking, the lift may plummet rapidly downwards at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour. This is because of gravity, which is dangerous. If you become aware that your lift is falling, try and lie flat on the floor of the compartment. This will spread your weight when the lift lands and minimise the risk of broken limbs. If you have something soft to hand, place it under your head to ease the deceleration when the lift stops. If all else fails, you can try jumping off the floor of the lift at the exact moment of impact. However, if your timing is not perfect, it's likely that your shins will exit your body through the shoulders. If it is perfect, then congratulations, you have survived lift failure and should be just about as happy as this white-faced grimbag.
Look at his little nose and his buttons and his little smile. But is it really a smile? Or is it in actual fact a grimace? Yes, it is. For this man of snow lives in a world of perpetual pain. All of his limbs are frozen solid. He lives in a cold, cold world of frostbite. Die!